It's a new weekly challenge in the dead of night. Let's just see what's waiting for us. The pyre, reach the exit. So we're going to be using Tyrese. Of course, he is the star hero. We earn extra stars if we use him as the leader. And he's a pretty good choice anyway. I really do like his leadership trait. I think it's very effective. And I think it's quite fun as well. You can really mess around with the, with the battlefield, with the walkers themselves. Now, I'm bringing an all-melee team. We're going to have Connie. We're going to have Daryl. Daryl, of course, I think is pound for pound probably the best bruiser. But, of course, I've got apocalyptic weaponry and armor for him. Connie, still haven't got an apocalyptic weapon for my scouts. But she is still, after all this time, pound for pound, perhaps the best leader that you can have in the game. So this one, we're getting to the exit. The problem is that we have a lot of walkers just spawning from all over the place. One thing that we can do, of course, is that we can slow those walkers down by using Tyrese's leadership trait. It's really, really good. What I'm wondering, let's have a look. Let's just see. We got a threat counter. We've got walkers coming onto the scene as soon as that hits 0. And we did have them coming out of that pyre, didn't we? Out of the fire. Okay, this is what I want to check. It looks like after a couple of turns, they stop spawning from that fire. They will come through when the threat counter hits 0, but that's a really handy thing to know. So if you're struggling with this mission, if you're struggling to punch through those walkers at the start, what you can do is just hold on, just wait. Sure, the walkers will come in when the threat counter hits 0, but they won't be coming in from that fire. They won't be spawning in every single turn like they do at the start. You can wait them out, essentially. And of course, you can slow them down, inflict damage on them by using Tyrese's leadership trait. Alternatively, you could just try and get characters with, say, equipment like hasten or whatever, and just try and just rush past everyone straight to the end. The whole objective is that you get to the end. Midnight Snack, collect the loot and get out. I think Tyrese is a good choice for missions like the pyre. That ability to just slow walkers down. Sure, it's only by 1 square, but it makes a huge difference, noticeable difference. Of course, having a fully melee team has its advantages. We are not making any noise, but of course we don't have range. We haven't got any way to set walkers on fire. That could be a bit of a problem as things get difficult later on. Being able to ignite walkers is just, it's so handy. And of course, something else to bear in mind, that some of these walkers spawn in on fire on this mission and in the pyre, and if you attack them with melee characters, you do take damage. It's not a whole lot of damage, at least not initially, but when you get to the higher difficulty levels, I think it's a percentage of their overall hit points or yours. I can't remember what it is, but you can get hurt, so you might need those medkits on standby. Obviously, somebody like Daryl, he's a bruiser. They have the most health. So actually having him attack walkers on fire, it's not quite as bad as having a squishy scout do it. Glenn could be a good choice on that last mission. It's about searching crates and things. He, of course, is an expert at doing that. Open the gate and reach the exit. Special enemies, fire. Again, we've got fire. So again, that is potentially a problem if you've got an all melee team like this. So this turn, let's... Okay, I want everyone fully charged. Come on, guys. Okay, well, let's open that at least. I mean, I guess we can kind of go in there. Don't really want to open that just yet. Tyrese, get a charge point. Okay. This one gets really tough, especially as the difficulty goes up. You can see that walkers are just flooding in every single turn, and it's at least 2 of them just as you're trying to get to the exit, and they just keep on coming. There you go, 3 at that point. I don't know if perhaps they stop coming at a certain point. Let's give it a couple of turns. Let's see if that is something that happens. It'd be handy if it is. Okay, there you go. You can see them just sort of flooding in. There's no threat counter, of course. We can do things like that. We can slow them down. Oh my gosh, there's an army of walkers out there. Yeah, I don't think they stop coming. In fact, if anything, look, we've got 4 appearing now. So I think we've got a strategy for this mission. You got to book it. Again, Glenn might be a good choice because you could interact with those panels, open the doors, and he's still going to have an action left, which could be kind of handy to have. But that one, I think you're really looking at speed. Just get through there. Tyrese, good leader for this one again. Create those circles, slow the walkers down. Of course, it causes damage, but the whole point is that you get to the exit. It's not about clearing the map of every single undead cannibal that you can see. Nightly visitors, kill the boss walkers. Okay, this doesn't sound so tricky. Oh yeah, and of course I'm putting this up on Thursday instead of Wednesday. I was just really busy yesterday. I've already done a couple of rounds of this. Normally when I do these videos, I like to just do it right off the bat so that it's a surprise for me as much as it is for the audience. But yeah, yesterday I had a chance to get some stuff done in the game, but I couldn't do any videos. But I got today off. Oh yeah, and I'm getting back into doing Guild Wars as well, which is just great. Guild Wars, the most fun, most rewarding game mode in this. So this, what can we say? This particular mission, we've got a threat counter, so I suggest you keep it quiet. We've got those boss walkers. Tyrese is great for that kind of thing. Have them go through those debuff circles. They slow down. They take damage every single turn. It's like igniting them without igniting them. But that one, I can't envision anyone really having any dramas with it. What I'm going to hopefully do is get to the very end of this, complete the weekly challenge, and of course I'll bring up the last run of the missions on the very hardest difficulty it can be, just so we can see that too. But if anyone's having any dramas with any of these missions, just let me know, and either I or somebody else in the community will help. Find the loot, get out. Again, maybe we could pick Glenn for this one. I'm still picking Connie because she's so good. I think that she's just a smidgen better as a leader than she is as a team member. But still, 3 charge points. It's nuts. Okay, so this one gets tricky because you've got a threat counter and you've got walkers just spawning out of places all the time. What you can do is use your debuff circles strategically. Okay, that would have been better if we hadn't killed him. They're just going to keep on coming. Now you might get lucky, and it could be that the first couple of boxes that you search are going to be the ones that you need. That's great. Strongly suggest everybody has, I think it's Vigilant on their armor, so that they get a strike against the enemies even if they've used all of their charge attacks. It's a tough one. It's a tough map. There is something I want to see. I might just quickly do that again. I want to see if there's something that we did that actually prompts those walkers to come out every turn. Let's just very quickly give that another go. Do you want to see? I'm going to let a couple of turns tick over and just see. Obviously, we've got the threat counter, sure. If I just stay here, do walkers start appearing after a set amount of turns? Or is it once we've looted the boxes? Okay, seems to be a set amount of turns, so... Yeah, I'm really thinking about maybe Glenn being a great choice for this mission. Yeah, so that was the threat counter hitting 0. Just going to stay here just for a little bit more. Okay, yeah, so it's nothing to do with whether you have searched all the boxes or anything. They just start coming. Let's get rid of these guys. Yeah, so I think this is another one where perhaps getting move on, getting things done ASAP is a good idea. Can you guys all defend yourselves against these guys? You should be able to. I think having Glenn would be ideal. Having a fast-moving character, i.e. a scout or a gunslinger, shooter, is a good idea, just so you can reach these boxes without having to just trudge across the map. We'll see how it goes when we get to the very end run of the weekly challenge, but I think, yeah, I think more speed, less haste is perhaps the way that you do this on the higher difficulties. In this instance, I'm just making sure that nobody is going too far ahead so that they can't be supported. I want everybody to be able to reach that green bar and escape at the same time. Okay, yeah, definitely interested to see how that plays out when we get to the very highest difficulty. See if those strategies still work. Okay, let's move on. Seasonal event has ended. Oh, those are the perfect stats, by the way, for armor. Ruthless, tactical, and that thingy as well. Absolutely great. Vigilant. Kill all the walkers. Again, more flamey walkers could be a problem at higher difficulties. Letting them come to you is not necessarily a bad idea. No need to rush. There's no time limit. There's no threat counter, anything like that. Let them stroll through those debuff circles a bit. Let them take some damage. This isn't a tricky one. It's kind of easy to say at this difficulty, but yeah, I don't really see any dramas there. It's a slightly small map. Could get cornered, but then you can kind of control the speed of the walkers, control the battlefield quite effectively, so is that really a problem? I don't see that being a tricky mission even on higher difficulties, but who knows. And then we've got the pyre we are back to the start. So there you go. In the dead of night, that's what we've got ahead of us. Again, if you do have any tips, or you are having any dramas with any of the missions, please do let me know. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.